With Marvel Rivals now being a little over a year old, you think that every aspect of this game would be in place. All the pieces of the puzzle would be there. That the community input would help shape Marvel Rivals into what we all wanted it to become, just like every other game. I'm joking, of course, everyone knows this never happens, but apparently that's what everyone was expecting. Now, I understand the frustration of shouting into an echo chamber, wanting a needed change in this game, just for them to buff again. But my personal take is, I think this game is in a pretty damn good state, all things considered.
Okay guys, pace and point proven right now. Do you understand?
No, it's well, you've been making
yes,
me play circles. I'm gonna
How do you not see the problem right now?
Wait, first of all, it's Deadass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bro.
More on that later. Now that we've been in Season 6 of Marvel Rivals for a couple weeks now, I'll be talking about some problems that the community has, then giving my own opinion on the matter after each one, then in the end, talk about some of my own personal gripes I have, and the single worst thing that is plaguing this game. Starting off strong, we have the lack of team-ups. A lot of people are beginning to say that the team-ups in this game isn't what we thought they would be. I remember in one of the trailers leading up to this game, they showed the Hulk directly shooting Iron Man with his radiation blast, blasting a beam of it right into his suit. In game, we got Iron Man doing his own thing and charging up on his own, while Hulk is back on the ground, completely forgetting Iron Man is even on his team. What I'm getting at here is that there's rarely any actual team up. Of course there's Bucky and Captain America, but come on, when is anyone using that on a common basis? And I completely agree with this. The team ups we have now really only boosts one character or gives an extra ability. We need more ults like Storm and Jeff combo, Hulk, or the Thing throwing Wolverine. I heard a suggestion to make more 2 tank team-ups to promote anti-solo tanking, which is a positive. I dream of having War Machine in this game, and him having a team-up with Iron Man, where they're spinning in a circle together, where their chest beam is like, just like in the movies. Oh my god. I'd love this game forever. Now, I'm not saying team-ups are bad in this game. They're a core part of this game. I just know they can be better. Speaking of solo tanking, I've heard so many issues with this, but I can't lie, I don't have a problem with this or really had personal experiences / issues with it. I'll get into this a little more later, but having the third option of a DPS, 1 tank and 2 strategists, and having it work promotes the uniqueness of this game. The power creep and the power creeping and healing is becoming concerning. Power creeping is where every character becomes more and more stronger, greatly imbalancing some characters that receive multiple buffs, which people are becoming concerned about this game becoming either too imbalanced with certain buffs, or everyone will become too strong, especially with the healers. Now, everyone that plays this game knows the problem with triple heals, a problem for sure, but I think a great fix could be that for each healer in the game on your team, the more the overall healing for each character lowers. For example, if there's a Luna and Invisible Woman on the team, they would have their normal healing stats. But then add a Mantis on the team, and they'll be hit with the, I don't know, just spitballing here, a 7% nerf to all heals in their entire kit, of course. Just something simple. However, with the actual power creeping in this game, I'd much rather have it than the opposite with what like they did in Overwatch. Some people say they'd like to see Q comp in this game, like Overwatch. I could not disagree more with this. If this were to be implemented in the game, I think it would only do harm. The most fun or competitive feeling matches are sometimes made from the most imbalanced teams. 3 DPS that are pulling all of their weight and are all needed to win the game, or when I see that we need more tank players, I can go from a Hela to a Thor seamlessly. It destroyed Overwatch then, it will destroy Marvel Rivals now. Ranked problems. The problems with ranked are starting to arise more and more as this game continues. The biggest problem that people have is throwers, and the poor punishment people receive for leaving, just standing in spawn, or obviously throwing. Now obviously I can agree with this one. I don't think there's a single person that doesn't hate a motherfucking throwing their rank for no reason. The punishment's half to be increased for these people. I'm not gonna think of any myself because that's y'all motherfucking job. It just needs to be increased, bro. Ban these motherfuckers for a week, I don't give a damn. Bans are becoming slightly useless. The system where you could possibly ban the same character from 2 different teams, and having so many characters that are so strong that more bans than 2 would be very helpful. Rank rewards also needs a slight increase. I like where they are now, but I mean, just give us more. More isn't ever bad, just pizzazz it up a little bit. People lagging in ranked. Now, this just could be me honestly, but I've never lagged in this game. It could be where I play, or since my rank isn't awfully that high, to be fair, but the common complaints I hear about lagging has never happened with me, so I can't comment on this one. However, the biggest problem that I personally have with this game, the thing I think is harming this game the most, you guessed it, it's the community. But I'm not just talking about in-game toxicity that comes and goes. I'm not talking about shit like the Kingsman situation, in which yes, these things are problems. I'm not saying it's not, and quickly touching on Kingsman. Looking at the situation in hindsight, I'm glad that Kingsman had everything work out for him. He deserves all the things that are going for him. And so does Zaza. Of course, everyone on the internet has already said this, and that's why I'm not trying to make this a long point of the video. But I pretty much agree with what has already been said 1,000 times, and what I'm about to say may seem hypocritical to that exact situation. But it was for $40,000, alright? He has a damn right to go all out and try to win. But what I'm here to rant about, as much as this is about to sound hypocritical to this entire video, it's the people who complain about this game every chance they get, but still play this game more than 90% of the player base. The type of people that not only rips on you in-game, but then continues to complain to you, to say their chat, or they make a YouTube video going into theater mode and picking apart every single thing you do. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be a content creator. I'm just using them as examples since, you know, there's kind of the only people you can actually have evidence in doing so. But I know there's more of you motherfuckers out there. I truly believe these people's minds are wired differently than all of us. They get enjoyment from crying and bitching. I apologize, I'm getting a little heated, but for fuck's sake, why can't you just have a shitty game, which everyone has, or a bad teammate one time, and just suck it up and fucking move on? Exceptions being throwers, obviously, but going back to my example of content creators, if your content is 80% of you shitting on this game, why are you even playing it in the first place? Why are you getting on this game day after day just to leave feeling upset or butthurt? That isn't what gaming is about. I can get the stance of, well, it's a competitive game. I want to win. And when I have teammates that sell me my game so much to a point where I can't rank up, what else am I supposed to do? I'm here to say, it's not that fucking serious. Gaming has never supposed to be that serious. But content creators have shifted that into something else. I'm not saying it's any one content creator, of course, but you can't deny that content creators, and more specifically streamers, have ruined gaming. Now, I get the difference in making a video satirically or in a joking manner complaining about something in game. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? That's all fine and good. Nah, this is different. It's no longer getting on the game after a long day of school or work and just having a good time with your lads and just shooting shit. Now you need to know what's best. Meta setups are best for you before you even get into your first game. The best settings, the most optimal way to play. And this isn't even talking about Marvel Rivals specifically anymore. It can be about any multiplayer game you play. I talked about this briefly in my Arc Raiders video I most recently posted. It's plaguing each and every game that I love. I can't take anymore. I beg of you. If you have complaints over a game, consider if it's even valid complaints, like all the previous things mentioned in the video, or if you just actually bitching. Because that's what half of the shit I'm seeing about this game now. And please, if you are just bitching, can you shut your mouth? Move on, bro. It's not that serious. And for the other point especially with Marvel Rivals. I get it more, you would want to know some of these things, but half of the fun of gaming is you figuring out what the damn game is. Remember back in Season 0, in the beginning of Season 1, where absolutely nobody knew what the hell they were doing on this game? The player base was hooked on this game like crack, and they couldn't get enough. Why? Because no one knew what the fuck was going on. So please, I beg, enough just to stop this shit. Let people figure out shit, then let people learn their own game. And the constant crying over this game needs to cool down as well. This game could be a whole lot worse, trust me. So if you don't like it, just don't play this game or shut up. Because this game isn't dying, this game isn't cooked, this game is one of the best live service games we've gotten in a long time, and yet people just still can't let it be. So please, just enjoy this game for what we have, and just go back to having fun with gaming. 'Cause that's what it's meant to be. I know I may have gotten off topic, and I feel like I definitely missed some things in this video, so if there's any problems that are actually valid, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for stopping by, and have a good night.
Legends never die, we've been going every night. I've been feeling way too blessed, but with Lex I'm never stressed. They don't know just what we do, we've been out here with the crew. They don't know just how we live, think we got too much to give. I've been going in and going in.